Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to the Whiffcast. This is week 4, and I'm once again joined by Paul / Quivering Quoll.
Hello.
And I am, of
Me.
course, Jacob, also known as Tactical Pumpkin. And like usual, we are starting with Whiff of the Week. This one is another Valorant clip, as usual. It wasn't really a winnable round, to be honest. I mean, it was a 1v5, but it was still a pretty bad whiff. So, unfortunately,
A whiff.
a whiff is a whiff. It doesn't matter if you're going to win or not. Unfortunately, this time we got Sneaky Turtle, which is our friend Connor. He's the unlucky one this week that copped it, but let's have a look at this clip.
Last player standing.
Am I hearing things, or did I hear someone coming from that way? Can I jump? Ah!
Jacob?
Jesus, right.
Yeah.
That is it. Sorry.
There it is.
There we have it.
Clip it.
Let's do an instant replay on that, just so we can enjoy it once more. So we have Neon, who slides out of the smoke here with her new and improved 100% accuracy. Update, she has the Stinger, it seems. My favourite weapon of choice. We got the first shot, fairly close, but it's a miss. It's also aiming quite low. The second shot is pretty far off. Still quite low. Ooh, that shot came a bit closer, but Neon is strafing quite a lot. And yet again, the strafe just screwed him over. I will say though, even though it may be whiff of the week, very good discipline to not just spam the trigger here. He did in fact wait for the recoil reset, at least for the last 4 shots, instead of just spamming left click. What's your take on this, Paul?
Another day, not a whiff.
Another whiff indeed.
As soon as I was watching it, I was like, I know exactly what this is. This is going to be clipped, going to be shipped, and Connor's going to be like, oh, I don't want to be on whiff of the week.
Well,
And that's why he kept wanting us to play Valorant throughout the whole week.
yeah.
Because he wanted someone to get worse.
Oh well. In
In
the end, it was him. Surprisingly, Costas did not manage to beat this.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Well, going back over to our main screen, here we are. Looks like we got everything working properly. Fantastic. Are my shaders done? No, 99%. I love you, Call of Duty.
Process. Oral.
99% on the shader download. Well, while we wait for that, do you want to go and choose our first topic, Paul?
Should we start off hard or should we start off light?
I don't really mind. Whatever you're feeling, I guess.
I mean, I don't have really much to say about this other than you're a fucking idiot, so you already know what I'm talking about, don't you?
You're talking about Doctor Disrespect.
A minor, yeah.
Doctor Disrespect a minor, yeah. Well, I don't know. It's not that much to talk about, but I'm sure most people have probably already heard about it. Basically, Dr. Disrespect is cancelled, like, officially. He was, like, half cancelled back when Twitch banned him. I mean, actually before that, when he cheated on his wife, right? And then
Yeah.
he was, like, half cancelled, but then he, like, apologized and everything, and he came back to Twitch. And then Twitch, like,
And
perma-banned him out of nowhere, and nobody knew why.
turns out that everyone that was in the know was in the know.
Yeah, it turns out the reason nobody ever knew why is because I think Twitch didn't want people to know that there was a minor using their DM thing, messaging thing or something, and Dr. Disrespect didn't want people to know that he was DMing a minor potentially inappropriate things. And so what we end up with at the end of the day is both sides not wanting anything to do with the situation. And they basically agreed to not say anything until eventually, just recently, I think this past week, some person came out and just decided to leak it. And then...
Was it really a leak, or was it like it like sparked back up, and then there was like no evidence because people were just on Doctor Disrespect's side first, and then out of nowhere, Doctor Disrespect was just said it out loud that he did without like
it was, well, it was like a leak, but nobody knew if it was true or not.
Yeah.
So people were like, okay, this might be false, it might be false.
Give it a benefit of the doubt first.
Yeah, and then I guess once it was leaked, maybe Dr. Disrespect started getting some pressure from people he knows, and then he just kind of snapped and decided to come out on Twitter and say out loud that he did have like inappropriate messages, or I think he said messages that sometimes could be go towards inappropriate, or some sort of wording that he
was like
used.
He didn't let us say it was sexual, but just without saying it's sexual, everyone's gonna point towards it's sexual, you know?
Actually, here we go. I have the Twitter post here. Let's have a quick read through. It's pretty long. I'll just read, I guess, the important bits, but it says, Dr. Disrespect, the Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about. Always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. Let's skip forward a bit. Twitch Whisper messages. Were there Twitch Whisper messages with an individual miner back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. So his quote is, they leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate. Which, at the end of the day, we don't really know what that means entirely, because obviously we don't have the messages in front of us. But he is saying that they leaned towards being inappropriate with a minor. So obviously everyone has taken that as he has sexual messages with a minor. And I believe that he was immediately dropped by
the game he was working on.
But yeah, the game he was working, or the game company behind the game that he was working on. I believe also YouTube cut ties.
YouTube paused the join membership on his account at the moment.
Okay.
Basically the equivalent of like a Twitch sub on YouTube.
Okay, fair enough. And who else? I guess YouTube, Twitch, and I think there was another company. I don't think it matters too much. Yeah, it's basically just a bunch of people. A bunch of people are like, okay, we can't affiliate with this guy anymore. Like, it's over the line. Which, I don't know. I think it's quite unfortunate for all parties involved. Obviously, any sort of thing against minors is bad. It's a damn shame that so many, like, influencers end up falling into this pit somehow. I don't know what it is. There's just some sort of correlation. I don't know why it happens.
The only thing I understand is it's power. Like, the feeling of someone's basically, I don't know. Instead of being a fan, it's like, over you. Yeah, like worships and like you just feels great or something, but it's like not only that, he cheated on his wife. Like, he had everything if you really think about it.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people would have wanted to make a living
in his position, or you know.
And then they just like throw it away by just doing this shit. I don't know. Maybe I'm just petty that I don't do that. I mean, well, play games for a living.
He really was a unique personality
Dreamer.
online. Like he wasn't your
Yeah.
run of the mill. He was probably the
Friendly.
most like I don't know what to say. Like
Ego.
he was
Arrogant.
egotistical, but he also had like a character, like a very clear
Yeah.
character
That's a
that wasn't
disrespect
him.
his character.
Yeah. Like a lot of other streamers, obviously they have like a character, but their character is generally just a over-exaggerated version of what they actually are like. Whereas Dr. Disrespect is like he's got a name, he's got like a look, he's literally got a costume that he wears as like part of the character, you know. It's probably the most deepest channel that actually pushes into that character aspect. Not pretty much no other Twitch channel really did or does. So it's kind of sad to see that we're probably not gonna get any more of that kind of content or just any kind of content. Unless
I'm
what's
sure
he gonna
like
do?
someone
Move
else
to?
will do it again, like portray an arrogant character or something.
I was gonna say maybe he'll move to Kick or something.
I
I don't know.
don't think Kick will even.
Even Kick
Wanna-
will not want him. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's possible. Well, I guess there's not much more to say about that other than he did fucked up, and unfortunately for us, that means that we lose.
I don't think I can make that fucking Brendan reference.
We
What?
lose the
What?
Dr. Disrespect character and personality. Because unfortunately his real life personality was not great in a lot of cases. And that's that pretty much.
Disrespect impacted the real him.
GG would
GG.
disrespect again 2025, I guess. We'll see what happens. We'll see
Or
if he
don't.
even tries to come back or if he just
Give
vanishes from this point on into existence.
I mean, he has money. I'm sure he'll survive. But
yeah, no,
I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
he'll be fine, but like
His online presence is
his
gone now.
online career, his influencer career is kind of dead. Alright, let's move on to, I'll choose the next topic I guess. Let's go on to a much lighter topic and a quick one to just get through, the farming simulator. Did you even read the farming simulator thing?
I read it, and I'm like, yeah, I can see why people will want it, and then like, how funny would it be just to have it on everything in your life?
So, you know what it is, it's pretty much a USB stick, right? It's
Just
a...
to turn the ignition, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like a USB stick that looks like an ignition key on like a truck or something.
Or like
and-
just any vehicle.
Yeah, you plug it into your PC and you like turn it, and I guess it's got like a way to interact with Farming Simulator, like the actual game itself,
Yeah, yeah.
and it acts as like an engine start button in the game. Which is a pretty funny idea, and it's part of the
So the-
collector's edition. Yeah. Collector's edition that includes a USB ignition lock that lets you turn a real key to start your virtual tractor. Let's see.
Fuck, I'm too broke.
I don't think there's like an... Oh, there is an image of it. Okay, let's see what it actually looks like. I haven't
shit,
seen this.
Oh shit, shit, yeah.
Let's do this.
Where's the key? Is in the top right.
Here we go.
Modding tutorials.
The key is... right here. It's like a... what the hell? Oh, so it's not what I thought it was. It's like an actual... It's not just like a USB stick. It's like a... I guess it just has a USB port plug. But it's like a whole thing.
And then you put an actual key in.
Yeah. It's
That's
a whole
cool.
fucking thing. I guess you put it on like your desk. And then you plug it into your PC.
I fucked up.
It says USB ignition lock responds to in-game vehicle. What else do you get? Oh, you get like a model of a tractor, I think. Or maybe that's like an in-game tractor with a skin. You get a poster. Keychain.
The modding tutorial is interesting. Why wouldn't they just make that free?
Yeah, that is interesting, because you know that'll be
Unless
on
it's
YouTube.
just like a...
Man, hard copies. Who even buys like PC hard copies? let alone like nobody even really buys console hard copies anymore. I don't think a fucking PC hard copy with discs. Like who's gonna install it from the disc? I guess so someone out there probably still does it. Then again, the audience for Farming Simulator, let's be honest, probably is like older people that would use discs. Yeah, niche audience. Would you buy this just to get the ignition thing?
What am I gonna do with the ignition?
I don't know. Use it to play Call of Duty somehow. Bind it. I don't know.
The only thing I would do is somehow modify so I can turn on my PC with it.
That would actually be cool. It'd have like an actual key ignition to turn your computer on. I'd do that. Although I don't know if I'd spend however much this collector's edition probably costs, probably over $100, just to get that USB thing. Can you actually get a USB port thing to turn your computer on? Is that a thing? Or do USB ports that they just powered off? There's no way to get a signal through them.
You probably have to like do some wiring motherboards power.
Yeah.
Do it.
Or you can just never shut down your PC, just put it in sleep mode all the time. That would probably work, but who wants to do that?
Put the computer in sleep mode?
Instead of turning it off, yeah.
I know a lot of people that don't turn off their laptops.
Oh yeah, I know a lot of people that do that too, but people like, I guess like us, would probably turn their computers off, like their desktops off. And not put them to sleep.
To be fair, I don't turn off my work laptop because every time you turn it off and turn it back on, the policies kick into like ping stuff to your taskbar, and I'm sick and tired of removing it.
I'm getting Call of Duty lobbied at the moment.
Oh, nice.
It's broken. The whole lobby's busted.
How nice.
Wow, 4 Whiffcasts, and in 2 of them, Call of Duty isn't working properly.
It's like it's part of the experience.
It is. It's
At this point,
completely
you should
broken.
just play fucking Cold War. There's something you can grind in Cold War, surely.
Oh, God. Well, I guess while I'm waiting for this to fix itself, I can move on to the next thing. Actually, I chose the last one. You want to choose the next topic?
You know how we were talking about Far Cry 6
Yeah.
last time? And I kept bringing up Dead Rising.
Yeah, I remember that. You want to talk
and
about the Dead Rising topic?
Yeah, fucking Dead Rising is getting a remaster. Now that is something I did not expect.
That is, well, I don't really know much about Dead Rising. I don't follow it, but that is unexpected, I guess.
Because after Dead Rising 4, I thought the franchise was dead. After how shit 4 was. But then again, a remaster is different from making a brand new game after all.
Yeah, that is true. It's probably just like a visual overhaul, right?
Yeah, they did change the original voice actor for the Dead Rising game though. But if it still sounds like and acts like Frank West, I don't really mind. I've never played the original Dead Rising. And I thought about buying the original Dead Rising last night after the summer sales on, but I'm just like, the game is so old. It probably is a shit port on PC. And then when this came on, I'm like, well, it's just like the stars aligned for
Stars did align. Deluxe Remaster DRDR. Interesting logo they're going for. The DRDR. Doctor, yeah.
Doctor, respect.
2006 was the original release.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's 18 years. That's awful to say that 18 years ago was 2006. I feel like throwing up in my mouth.
It does seem like I don't know, I have no idea what the original looks like, but this seems like a reasonable remaster. Like the graphics don't look that bad.
I mean, the graphics weren't bad in the original game, but it's more gameplay when it came to like 360 consoles. I mean 360 releases. Like if you look at Gears of War, I'm pretty sure Gears of War originally was a launch title for the Xbox 360. And like you look at it now,
Probably,
it probably looks bad, but It's been over so and so years.
Yeah. So you
But
played Dead
seriously,
Rising 2 before and 3?
I played Dead Rising 2. I'm playing Dead Rising 3 for the first time now, after watching it for so many years. Yeah, it's the French. How do I describe it? So the story is usually serious, like
I think when we were
the
talking
story.
about it last time, I said kind of like Saints Row-ish in terms of the theme of like humor and all that.
Yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah.
being
So like
serious.
the story's always serious, but then you can see like the stuff you're wearing. You're like just wearing like a Mega Man costume.
Yeah.
Someone's dying. It's,
It's kind of got that silly vibe to it.
yeah. I wonder they probably won't do it because the original Dead Rising never had co-op. But if the Dead Rising this remaster has co-op, that would be nice.
So Dead Rising, the original never had it, but I know 2 and 3 did, or just 3?
Yeah, two started with the co-op.
Okay. 2 did, yeah. Is the co-op like, you can play the whole game co-op, or is it just like...
Yeah, you can play the whole game co-op, except for like the intro. But like, well, that's like most games.
Okay.
But you can play the whole game from start to end after, like, the intro is over.
That's pretty cool then.
prologue.
I didn't think it's going to be that kind of co-op. I thought it might be like Far
Far
Cry 4 kind of co-op, yeah. Just like
Nah,
open
nah.
world. Okay. Well, that is a thing that is happening, so I guess maybe if that ends up being something I get interested in, Dead Rising, maybe I'll give that remake a go. See how it is, or the remaster rather. What about you? Do you think you're going to play it after you finish 3 and this comes out?
Yeah, I reckon I'll buy it.
Okay.
It's a Capcom game after all.
It is a Capcom game, and actually, speaking of Capcom, the next topic, we can move on to another Capcom related thing,
Oh, look at this transition. Linus will be proud.
which is so remember
Resident
last
Evil.
week we were talking about how Resident Evil 1 got re-rated in
Yeah.
Europe, and apparently the reason for that was because the original Resident Evil 1 and actually the original Resident Evil Trilogy are going to be coming to PC.
Like the original ports.
It says GOG is bringing the original Resident Evil trilogy back from the dead and to digital PC storefronts for the first time.
Oh, damn, what do you know?
Which
So
means...
there is no remake?
No,
That's a shame.
there is no remake, which is unfortunate. And, you know, we did speculate that it might have meant there was a remake coming. And maybe there still is a remake coming at some point in the future. But
Maybe.
for right now, all we know is that the original trilogy is coming to the PC storefront. And what it says is, yeah, barely a week after the rating, the original PC version of Resident Evil appeared on the rating board's website, and people were thinking that it was going to be a remake and all that, but it was not. So what it says is the company is saying it's teamed up with Capcom, the company being, what is it, GOG, teaming up with Capcom to put 1996 Resident Evil, 1998 Resident Evil 2, and 1999 Resident Evil 3 on the World Wide Web. They're not all releasing
World Wide Web.
simultaneously. For now, you can only buy and play Resident Evil 1, and 2 and 3 are going to be following later down the line. So does that mean if I go on Steam right now, I can look up
I
Resident...
thought it said it's only coming out on GOG.
Is it only on GOG?
Yeah, the DRM free.
Okay. Well, I guess you have to get it on GOG. I wonder how much they're charging. Can you see the GOG store on just the web?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, there is no, I don't think GOG even has a DRM. That's the whole point of it. So you just download the games from the website.
You can, there is like a program, GOG program that you can have.
Probably.
But I don't think you need
It's
to
not
have it.
required.
Resident Evil, here it is. Oh, it's a $9.99.
$9.99.
And the bundle... Is this the bundle that has all 3? It is. The bundle is $24.99. So for $25 US, I'm assuming, you can get the original trilogy Resident Evil games.
Very nice.
I guess that's a reasonable price. At least they're not doing a like COD, I guess,
$50.
charging it like $90 or whatever it be. Or doing like a Infinite Warfare situation where it's like, hey, you want COD 4 remastered? You have to buy Infinite Warfare. That was a disaster. Let's... Huh?
And then they resell the DLC for more than they originally were.
Oh, COD 4 had a DLC, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, the variety pack, and it costed more than it originally did back in the day.
Yeah, dumb shit. Classic Activision.
Attribution, you've done it again.
Let's go on to... Let's go on to the Rocket League topic.
With
Did
FIFA.
you... Yeah, that was kind of funny. I just put it in because I thought it was funny, I'm not gonna lie. So FIFA is saying they're gonna host like a proper Rocket League World Cup with national teams, which is pretty cool. If I know when that's happening, I think that might be fun to watch even.
So, like with the FIFA thing, is it gonna just be like regular esports and just FIFA's hosting it?
No, apparently it's something called FIFA E.
FIFA E. So
Yeah.
FIFA's trying to start their own esports then.
Yeah, I don't know how long FIFA E's been a thing, but apparently this is going to be part of FIFA E. So 16 nations from around the world are going to be invited, and they tweeted out the first ever FIFA E World Cup featuring Rocket League, and then it says, which nation would you like to see compete? Let us know by commenting with your flag. So they're basically asking the community to choose the competitors, like the countries, and then I guess they're gonna go those countries and find people. Rocket League.
So my best guess is what they're gonna do is it's like when the Olympics is on every 4 years, and like the basketball section in the Olympics, you just see like basically an all-stars team from the NBA playing it for the Olympics. Like you see Kobe or LeBron.
Yeah.
Or Stephen Curry. So I think that's what they're gonna do with this. By the way, they're just saying nations. So like everyone on the Americans, like you probably just get professional esports players.
Yeah.
Has to be on the team and so on and so forth. So they technically now, I don't know how they get paid or esports in Rocket League. I don't know if they're on a contract or they just earn money through winnings. But with FIFA, they will have to be on a contract, won't they?
I don't know.
Like how we have the AFL and like players are just getting paid yearly on a salary.
I guess maybe. I don't know how FIFA manages their esports shit, but
Or just sports in general.
yeah. I guess we can maybe it'll mention more in the article, but
The only interesting thing is, are they gonna put this on the like TV and shit for like FIFA?
that would be funny. If
That would
you
be funny.
Go on TV and watch Rocket League.
And you just see like, where's fucking, where's Steph? Oh, where's Stefan? Where's Messi? Where's Ronaldo? I want real football, not
So-
this car ball.
Not this soccer ball. It says, which to me sounds like FIFA E recognizes that despite the jet-powered cars and giant ball and the silly hats, the fictional sport in Rocket League is an official relative of football. It puts those to rest obnoxious armchair taxonomists saying Rocket League isn't soccer on social media since 2015. Interesting.
Yeah. You wanna know a fun fact about Rocket League?
What? What is it?
Rocket League came out on my birthday back in 2015.
No, did it?
Yeah, so every time it's my birthday, Rocket League has its anniversary.
Nice. Was it like officially out or was it like a beta thing?
Oh yeah, it was officially out July 7th.
Were you playing it on your birthday, or did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I did play on my birthday. Like before the party was on, I downloaded Rocket League and I started just playing it.
Nice. So you're like proper OG day one Rocket
And
League.
hence why I have the day one in my title whenever I
Oh
play
yeah.
Rocket League. I'm an old veteran.
Apparently, potential players can sign up for FIFA's esports platform and pick Rocket League as their chosen game at FIFA.gg. FIFA
That'll be
says. What did you say?
How many teams will be like
16.
for six? No, I mean
16
like
national
per
teams.
country.
Oh,
No, I
just
mean
one
like
probably.
how many players? Like free per team? Because Rocket League is normally free per team.
Yeah, it'll probably be trios, and it'll probably be one team per country. 16 teams, so it'll be three people per country, basically.
Or maybe they'll have like multiple players per team, and then they just like
So they can have backups or
Yeah.
like swap over. Yeah, maybe they'll have like
Yeah.
4 people, and then they'll play trios, or 5 people and they'll play trios. FIFA says
wonder
they'll
what the
announce
age
more
limit-
information about the event later.
I wonder what the age limit will be to play a FIFA, because apparently Epic Games says you can play fucking Rocket League professionally at like, it sounds fucked, but like 15 or 16 years old.
Ah,
And like, just imagine being 15 years old and you're like stressing over a fucking ball game
ball game tournament.
instead
Yeah.
of doing homework and stuff.
Hey, there's a lot of people who became like esports players at a very young age and dropped out of school. It's a pretty common
But
thing.
it's like a very, it's not, I wouldn't say common, like...
No,
it's
I mean like for
popular on
esports,
YouTube.
for esports professionals, it's a common thing that they got good at a very young age and then like stopped school.
Yeah.
It's not common to become an esports professional, but if you are one, then it's common that that's how you became one.
You just played it so much as a child.
Yeah. That's about it for FIFA. So, do you want to choose the next topic for us?
People are bitching about Elden Ring's difficulty.
Okay, sure. Let's go on to that, which will be the second last, I believe. We have 2 kind of Elden Ring things. I guess we'll combine them into one. But we have,
The mod.
right. So we have the mods. So the mods that have been coming out for Elden Ring recently seem to be mostly targeting making the game easier. Which
Boo.
is, I guess, to be expected, seeing as so many crybabies were crying about how hard the game is.
There's so many ways to make the game easy.
Yeah. There's so many dumb ways to just make it like a breeze. But then people will be like, I shouldn't have to look up a guide to make the game easier.
Oh, you're installing a mod, your baby.
You're installing a mod, or you're using a shield, or you're using this or that, and you're cheating. Like, bro.
Using summons is cheating. Bruh. It's in the game, is it not?
It is in the game.
Like, it's like when people say like, oh, you use Mimic Tier to beat the game, you're fucking not playing the real game. And then they're like, what do you mean, like, pots and, like, consumables and perfumes cheating? They're part of the game, is it not? It's just like this double standard.
Yeah. I think that the weird way to play the game is to play without summons and to play without, like, spells
Anything.
and shit. To
Raw
just
dog.
play like raw dog. That's the weird way to play the game. Because the average player is going to use mimics. Your average player is going to use like a few magic spells because spells can be pretty strong. Your average player is going
I
to
don't
use.
think spells will be fucking strong in this fucking DLC. The way how fast they attack you at the
Oh
start.
yeah, well, if you have a mimic though that's taking all the aggro and then you use spells,
Yeah, that'll probably better.
yeah, that can work. I mean, they even have a whole system just designed to level up your mimic, don't they? They have like the
Yeah,
ash
that
things.
spirit thing.
So they know that people are going to be using mimics, and they're not trying to hide from that or anything. So clearly, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just there's elitists on the internet that are like, if you use a mimic, you're cringe.
I've been playing From Software since Demon Souls and.
I've been playing since Dark Souls 1, and I never used the summon in my life.
Well, summons is an Elden Ring thing, but yeah, like,
You're playing the game wrong because you're not playing the way how it's supposed to be.
Exactly. That's the main thing online right now is everyone's just complaining about that. And these mods that are... The one specifically that this article that I pulled up is mentioning is a mod that lets you take 50% less damage, and that's a feature called the journalist mode, which is quite funny, I think.
That's what it's deserved to be called journalist mode.
So yeah, journalist mode in this mod, which lets you take 50% less damage. Let's have a look. Right, the game is too hard, blah blah blah. Certain streamers throwing in the towel. Definitely. And this was actually funny. Did you see that Bandai Namco made the tweet about leveling up your Erdtree fragments?
I think I saw it, but I didn't really look into it. But I just saw it was it was like a little funny meme.
I also recall there was a tweet from FromSoft, I believe. If I can find it. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but FromSoft, I think, tweeted a picture of like, hey, by the way, you can get a Erdtree fragment from this ruin, and right next to it you can get a revered ash. And they actually like posted an image of the map, circled the fucking church where you can find the fragment, and circled the spot where you can find the ash, and they said, hey, you should probably go and get this. So they're really beating on the community and being like, hey, if you guys are complaining, you should really go and get these fragments, because like that's the whole point of them, for you to get stronger. I will say though, being someone who has went and gotten all the fragments and got into level 20 Erdtree Blessing, the game is still very, very, very hard, even with all
Is it manageable?
It's probably still not manageable for like, depending on how you're playing the game. If you're playing with mimics, and you're playing with spells, and you have all the revered ashes and all the blessings, then it's going to be pretty, like, quite a bit easier, because your mimic's going to be super strong, and you're going to be pretty strong. But if you're doing a playthrough kind of like the one I was doing, where I wasn't using spells or any summons, and I was just going solo with a mace, basically.
And you're just going, you're not exploring, because you got something in your brain that just does not work.
Brain rot. And,
you got Scarlet Rot.
Exactly, yeah, Scarlet Rot. The only exploring I did was to get all the fragments, which I just looked that up because I wasn't going to go and actually manually find all these fragments, because they're in some stupid spots, I'm not going to lie. That was the exploring I did to get them. And then I went and fought the final boss, which I guess it's still too soon to talk about specific spoilers about the final boss. People are still probably stuck on earlier bosses and trying to get through the game. But the final boss is extremely difficult. I think it's the hardest boss in gaming, probably, at least for me. Hardest boss I've ever experienced in a video game. I can't think of anything that would come close to it. If you play for, like, if you 1v1 the boss, it's really hard. I've seen my friends, like, you know, doing, like, mimics and doing, like, more long-range builds. Even then, it's still extremely difficult to fight that boss.
Well, what did you describe to me when I was playing? Like, I'm just bitching about not being able to fucking heal at all because they give you no breathing room.
Yeah, because the bosses in the DLC just don't let you heal.
What was the analogy you said? Yeah, you can breathe.
You can. I said, yeah, you can breathe if you want through a straw. That's pretty much the only breathing. Like, I said, fighting a boss in the DLC is the equivalent of trying to run a marathon while only being able to breathe through a straw, basically. That's what it feels like. I also just realized the map I'm playing on right now is like a remade Summit from Black Ops 1.
Really?
Yeah, but it's
not really it.
It's not their usual kind of remake. It's like the layout is similar, but
maybe heavily
it's
inspired.
Still, yeah, it's heavily inspired by Summit, but it's not Summit. It's kind of cool.
So it's Plummet.
Plummet, I guess.
No, what gun are you using? QBG?
Yeah, I'm using like an LMG thing because it's not max level yet. So So that was the bit about the mods that make the game easier, because people are pussies. And the other Elden Ring thing was something that you actually discovered, so I guess you're better off talking about that than me, but it was the little, it's like a tear or something that you get from killing those big fire things.
Yeah, yeah. So when you first go into DLC, you'll see like a big fuck off fire giant. Easy to kill once you realize you just gotta crit him 3 times and then all the HP disappears. But what it does is when you drink with the tear for 5 minutes, your game has turned into Sekiro parrying. Have you ever played Sekiro?
I have not played Sekiro, but I know that you have played a lot of Sekiro, and a few of our other friends have played
I
Sekiro.
fucking love Sekiro. Basically, just why
It is a
dodge?
FromSoft's game, just to be clear, yeah? It's a...
Yeah, it's from software.
Yeah, okay.
Why dodge when you can just parry the fucking attack and take 0 damage? As well as that, a little bonus is when you immediately guard counter after doing a parry, you do more damage on the guard counter, which is very nice.
That is nice.
So if you rock that, as well as the tier that allows you to break stance faster, and then you have the talisman to enhance guard counters, you just like parry like once or twice with the guard counter and they're already staggered. Fucking great.
So basically,
like,
if you have enough skill, you can just counter every attack
Yeah.
that an enemy's doing. Is it every attack, or is it just like lighter attacks? Like, can you counter like a big slam attack that a big
You can
boss?
counter anything.
Okay.
I think with the like big ones, you can parry it, but it doesn't do the like the little ding sound whenever you do it. You just like get flipped backwards. But I think
Like, you remember when you were fighting, it's not too spoilery because it's pretty early on, but there's the golden
Ryan.
hippopotamus.
yeah,
Yeah, like, were you able to parry his, like, massive slam moves and his
yeah,
big
yeah,
heavy
yeah.
attacks?
Yeah, I can parry all that. I can't parry dodges. I mean, what is it? Grabs.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing you
grabs.
can't parry. I don't think.
Man, luckily grabs are not too, like, common. Each boss only has, like, one grab.
Yeah. It's a shame that the hippopotamus, the first attack it does immediately is a grab.
Yeah, that
It's
is a
like
shame.
keep dying to it.
I've seen
It's not-
people complaining about that grab specifically. I've seen
Holy.
Asmongold complaining that like the hitbox is weird, so sometimes you'll dodge out of it, but you still just teleport into its mouth. That's what he was saying anyway. I don't know if that's just
Fucking-
copium or...
Copium. But this fucking tier has like like not only that, just using it. I want to like after beat the DLC. I'm gonna hate myself. I sound happy about doing it right now, but the moment I get it, I'm gonna hate it. I just want to parry Millennia.
You want to parry Millennia, yeah?
Yeah. After this fucking DLC, I feel like Millennia is like fuck all nothing.
After this DLC, when do you think you're going to be finishing this DLC? Because I've noticed that you haven't been playing Elden Ring much recently.
I'm on the final boss now, so
Yeah.
I'll probably beat the final boss within a week.
Okay.
But like completing it, maybe longer.
Okay. That's fair enough. Well, completing it, I would say, is just beating the final boss, but I guess doing every boss is what you see
I
as
like
completing.
to do every boss, but that one part of the game where we're just going, I was going insane, just saying, Mizaki, you've done it again.
Yeah, that was
I
the
don't-
like dragon area.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
how I feel about it.
That's quite the thing indeed. That boss in that dragon area is the one like main boss that I have not fought yet. Well, I have fought him, but I haven't beat him. I do just generally hate dragons in Elden Ring. They're so annoying to fight, in my opinion. Like, they're too big, the camera's bad, their attacks are giant AoEs, just...
I fucking hate that one dragon part in the game where there's other like a war happening, like there's NPCs fighting the
Yeah.
dragon, and you're trying to help, and then they attack you, and you get fucking pissed. And
Yeah.
I mean you, I mean me.
There's another part where a similar thing happens. Actually, in that dragon area that you were talking about, there's a bit where there's 2 dragons, and the 2 dragons are trying to kill each other. But if you walk in, now they're both trying to kill you. So...
So you just wait it out.
Yeah, I guess you could just wait it out and then fight the remaining one like a cleanup crew.
Third party in Elden Ring.
Yeah, third party. Let's see the. Yeah, that was it for Elden Ring. I think it was just the people complaining about it being too hard, people making mods, journalist
That's
mode, and the parrying thing.
Where?
So, outside of Elden Ring, I guess before we move on from Elden Ring, I will mention that just
What are your thoughts on the DLC also?
my thoughts on the DLC. I think that I'd say it's like a 9 out of 10, or like a 9.5 out of 10. It's pretty much, it's definitely more and better than what I expected it to be. Like, my expectations were passed by the DLC. I expected it to be like a small side thing that was going to be like maybe a couple bosses and that's it. And not many new like weapons and gear, and like I thought the map would just be like a small area that was added onto the original map, but all that was very different. There was so many bosses, so many new weapons, map was huge. I think just overall probably one of the best
Money well spent.
DLCs that I've ever bought for any game in terms of like value. What do you think so
Oh
far?
yeah. So far it's great. It's like practically a brand new game. just
Yeah, it's like
disguised.
Elden Ring 1.5 or something.
It's just disguised as DLC.
Yeah. Whereas, like, the opposite, what you get for other games is you get, like, not the full
Or
game on
100
release, and then you get the rest of the game as, like, quote-unquote DLC.
Or, you know, with Valorant you can spend over $130 for a fucking Winx Club.
Yeah, for a skin, you know, you can do that too. DLC, I guess.
The fucking e-girls in Valorant are gonna be foaming at the mouth with the current bundle.
Yeah, the new bundle is, like, proper degenerate shit.
Yeah, I should buy
Same.
it for you because it has orange.
Nah, I'm good. I've got my skins. I'm happy with what I got in Valorant. What I
do you
was gonna
mean?
say about Elden Ring is I did beat the final boss, and it took me 526 deaths and like 15 hours collectively. But I did it in the end, and I felt very achieved afterwards.
And
And
almost a fucking half a week of work on just one boss.
on just one
I mean-
boss,
How long did Casey Neistat stuck on one boss for?
Casey Neistat.
I mean, Casey Neistat. I mean,
Giving Kai Cenat, yes, a similar name.
Fucking
Kai Cenat was stuck on that boss for about 60 hours, I think.
fuck, really?
Yeah, well, I think that 60 hours also includes him sleeping, though, so you gotta take that into
Okay.
account.
And then, like, the therapist?
Yeah,
That
the therapist
bit
was part of
fucking
it.
funny.
He did end up beating it, though, after much pain and despair.
Imagine getting a therapist for fucking Elden Ring.
He needed it, man. He was struggling. I saw the clip. He was talking about how, like, I have friends, I have family, I need to go outside, I want to get off this game. But he did it.
Did he beat it when she was there, or?
Nah, he didn't beat it when she was there. He beat it later on, I think, or the next day or something. Anyway, I think there's only one topic left for us to move over to, so let's go ahead and do that. And this topic is Ubisoft related, which we love.
Yeah,
Love Ubisoft. Love me a bit of Ubisoft.
that's
We're going to be talking about how multiple Assassin's Creed remakes are in the works, according to the Ubisoft CEO. So this isn't a rumor, this isn't a leak, this is straight from the mouth of the Ubisoft CEO. And I believe the quote is, if I can find it, I think it's here. Yeah, the quote is, "There are worlds in some of our older Assassin's Creed games that are still extremely rich." And then he also did say that in the future, remakes of older games will be among the new Assassin's Creed games that we're going to be releasing. So it says, that what's the CEO's name? Yves Guillemot says that the publisher is looking to release new Assassin's Creed games more regularly in the future, and remakes of older games will be part of those. So what I'm thinking this means is like maybe we'll have a new Assassin's Creed game 1 year and then a remake the next, and then a new one year and then a remake the next. Kind of like what we're seeing with Capcom and their Resident Evil stuff. Where we have, you know, like a Resident Evil 3 remake, and then we have like Resident Evil 8 or whatever, and then Resident Evil 2 Resident Evil 4 remake, and then I'm guessing we're gonna have like Resident Evil 9, right, or something.
Yeah, Resident Evil 9 should be the next game.
And then Resident Evil 5 remake will be after that, and so on and so on. So I'm thinking Assassin's Creed are gonna try to do the same thing, which I'm happy with that, because that means that even if I hate the new Assassin's Creed games, I will still have a chance to play remakes of, like, potentially Assassin's Creed 2 Ezio's storyline, or like Assassin's Creed 1 Altair, or Connor from 3, or Edward from 4, all those stories. I just hope that they don't RPGify the original games, like turn Assassin's Creed 2 into an RPG game like Valhalla style or Odyssey or Origin style.
It's okay, they're gonna fuck it up with adding microtransactions for a single player game.
Yeah, but hope so it'll just be cosmetic stuff, but it is Ubisoft,
I mean,
so...
with the current game coming out, Shadow, you can buy fucking pre-order bonus.
Yeah, you can get the skill points in-game. But those old games they're going to be remastering didn't have skill points really, did they?
No, but they'll probably be feeling like, you can wear this armor to get more HP.
Yeah, or like this sword or something, this new weapon.
Yeah.
It'll be some dumb shit like that. Or like in Assassin's Creed 4's case, it'll be like a whole ship that you can get or something.
Jackdaw squared.
Jackdaw squared. Jackdaw $ version or something. $ edition. It's like gold plated or some shit, or like Damascus plated. It's just OP. I can see them doing some dumb shit like that. What do you think about Assassin's Creed remakes? Would you be down for like Assassin's Creed 1, 2, 3, and 4 remakes?
Yeah, I'll be down, but like my faith in Ubisoft is
Dwindling at best.
Dwindling. It's dwindled.
Dwindled.
It's like
it's gone.
It's like seeing like someone you hate, or like who used to like not do well in high school, and then you just decide to see what they've been up to, and it's like, nothing has really changed. They're just older now.
And you feel like in Ubisoft's case, they've gotten worse though.
Oh yeah.
Like
they'd be riding the Far Cry 3 high, and the bird watching, the radio towers and shit.
Yeah, viewpoints,
over
synchronization points.
For like 12 years now.
Will they ever learn?
No. My favorite thing is whenever you synchronize in like any of the Assassin's Creed, you have to watch a 10-second cutscene of just like
an
seeing
unskippable cutscene.
Yeah.
You can't skip it.
Can't skip it. And it's like, yeah, I give a shit about my area. Look how cool it is. And I'm literally just running waypoint to waypoint. That's how I treat a Ubisoft game. I'm not playing it. It's not an Elden Ring where I explore and I want to do a quest line.
Well, you don't have to explore when everything on the map is on your map at the start of the game. And you can see it.
Yeah, I'm not exploring. I'm just doing whatever the game tells me to do.
Yeah.
Points of interest. It's not a point of interest. It's a fucking requirement.
To be honest, that type of gameplay is what I prefer over exploring, because I just hate exploring because I'm weird. So I like seeing everything on the map and going to it, but the game itself is still dog shit, even though I like that feature. The RPG elements and the pure amount of bloat, like random stuff on the map that is boring, not important, irrelevant.
Missions, deliveries on a timer.
Can't forget the eavesdrop missions where like you just need to follow a dude for 10 minutes without him spotting you. You know, classic type shit for Assassin's Creed.
Type shit.
Type shit. Yeah.
Fucking. Yeah, just following missions. They're fun. following on a fucking pirate ship. I can't believe they did that.
Okay, that was dumb, bro.
Do you
I
remember?
that. Yeah. Oh, we need to secretly follow them from behind so they don't know we're bro, you're like
You're a
100
fucking
meters
pirate ship.
behind this pirate ship. You're
How
following
do you
inside a
not?
ship.
How did I not see you? You're a fucking pirate.
There's like 100 crew members on that ship. Not a single one of them is just being like, "Hey, this guy's been following us for like the last 10 minutes. Maybe we should do something about that." Nope.
And you just hear fucking Edward just quietly say,
Kind of say
Or, like-
what? Your
like
noise
lower the
suppression cut, you mean?
flags.
Oh.
You
Lower
know,
the flag,
when you're
yeah.
following, like you say, like speed up.
He
slow
like
down,
whispers,
race.
yeah, he whispers.
Yeah.
Lower the
You
flag.
just imagine like on the front, and he's like, "Why?"
I couldn't hear you, sir. What did you
You
say?
just crash into the fucking cliffside.
Assassin's Creed 4 remake would honestly be the best, but I bet they'll fuck it up somehow. I don't know how they'll fuck it up, but they will. I hope for a game like Assassin's Creed 4 they don't redo the voice lines and stuff, because just use the original voice lines, honestly. Unless they're actually fully redoing the story and all that, then they kind of have to, but...
They fucking use AI.
Or they could just use AI to get the voice from the guy that originally did it, yeah. That sounds like a Ubisoft thing. Save a lot of money, scam the guy out of his voice, and there's not really any law about it yet, so who's gonna stop you, I guess?
Do we have to copyright claim our voices? Is that a thing I have to do now?
I don't know.
Or is it like, because it's the likelihood of him, it's not actually him? I'm like,
Yeah,
doesn't
probably
work.
something like that, because you wouldn't be able to really prove it's your voice. You can just be like,
how
hey,
the fuck do I prove it's my voice?
just be like, this guy sounds like me, but then you can't prove that it
Yeah.
actually is yours.
It's like, it's an impersonation, so it's not actually you.
Yeah. The future's gonna be fucked, but we're not there quite yet. We'll be there in probably like 3 or 4 years.
What 3, 4? I was hoping you were gonna say 30.
No, like 3 or 4, bro. It's gonna happen before, like... It's gonna happen when we're probably like 25, 26, something like that. Basically in the peak of our existence, it's gonna be when the world goes to shit, so... That'll be interesting. But, doom and gloom aside, that is the last topic that we had for this week. That was Assassin's Creed. We got nothing else to go over. We've covered everything from a Dr. Disrespect to a ignition switch for Farming Simulator. And with that, I think we're about ready to wrap it up. How's your zombies game been going?
Well, the first one, I fucking died after technically No Man's Land. So, that was a bit of a whiff.
Oh, so you're just grinding away again at your second attempt?
Well, on this second attempt of just getting headshots and leveling it up.
Yeah, how many
Why
headshots
play-
have you gotten?
I don't know, I haven't been counting. Should I just check?
Does it say in the scoreboard?
Yeah, but like, you gotta remember last week's one.
Yeah, last week you had like 1,000, didn't you? Approximately.
Something like that.
You need 2,500 though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, well, I guess we'll wrap it up here. Thank you everyone for watching, or for listening if you were listening. If you're listening later to the YouTube version, that's great as well. Hope you enjoyed some of the topics we talked about. And we will be back again next week with whatever happens between now and then. There will probably be a lot more people finishing Elden Ring by that point, so maybe some final boss spoilery talk. We'll see how we go. Hopefully by then a lot of my friends have also finished the game, so maybe we can have somebody else on to talk about their experience and what they did. And it should be fun. So
more whiffs, maybe some
more whiffs. Yeah, we might get some more Valorant whiffs, or maybe whiffs in some other games as well, depending on what we end up playing. But until then, enjoy the rest of your week. We will catch you next time. That was me, Jacob, also known as Tactical Pumpkin, and Paul, also known as Quivering Quoll. So goodbye.
Bye.